Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 upcoming Nintendo games to get excited about. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at Nintendo Switch titles likely coming out this year or sometime next year. Not every release date is confirmed, and the ones that are could still get switched around. However, we're optimistic that we'll be able to play all of these games at least by the end of 2022. What Nintendo games are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments. Miitopia.
Band together on a quest to face evil and save faces. Miitopia is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Let's kick things off with something casual gamers and longtime Nintendo fans can both enjoy. Following its initial launch in Japan, this cute role-playing game saw its worldwide release in 2017 on the 3DS. While nothing groundbreaking, Miitopia provided a lighthearted adventure with an engaging combat system and life simulation elements reminiscent of another Mii-centric title, Tomodachi Life. If you missed it on the 3DS, the Switch remaster is coming in May 2021. This updated version includes a wider roster of customization choices and a horse you can befriend. For anyone who needs a break from life, or their second life in Animal Crossing New Horizons, exploring the world of Miitopia is an ideal way to spend your third life.
If your relationship's sour, though, things might take a turn for the worse.
Baldo. The Legend of Zelda and Studio Ghibli go together like a pair of Joy-Con controllers. Watching footage of Baldo, you can quickly see how those two brand names inspired this action-adventure RPG. The art style and character designs possess echoes of Ni no Kuni as well. A true labor of love, Baldo has been in and out of development at Italian studio Nap's team for almost a decade and a half. Once cel shading techniques caught up to their vision, the studio decided to finally make this dream project a reality. Baldo will also see releases on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Given the influence Zelda had on the developers though, we think the most appropriate way to play it is on the Switch. The Good Life. This mystery RPG comes from writer-director Hidetaka Suhiro, who's best known for Deadly Premonition. The Good Life seems like a slightly different kind of open-world game. The story follows Naomi, a journalist trying to pay off her debt by taking photos in the small town of Rainy Woods. Naomi soon finds herself wrapped up in a murder mystery. The real mystery, though, is why everyone in town turns into a cat or dog every month. While not a Nintendo exclusive, the Switch's mobile capabilities will likely make the game's photography element all the more immersive. Oh, and without giving too much away, this isn't the only photography game on our list. We're pretty sure it's the only one where you can ride a sheep, however. No More Heroes 3.
Now hosts an intergalactic superhero ranking tournament to decide Earth's fate.
Back in 2019, Travis Touchdown made his long-awaited return with mixed results. While not bad per se, Travis Strikes Again just wasn't the homecoming we had been anticipating for almost 9 years. No More Heroes 3 promises to be the true follow-up fans have wanted since 2010. Taking place 2 years after the previous game, the story sounds appropriately bonkers. The antagonist is FU, an alien prince who returns to Earth 20 years after befriending a boy named Damon. Now a wealthy CEO, Damon is shocked to learn his old alien buddy is bent on world domination. FU describes himself as a superhero, but he apparently didn't get the memo that there are no more heroes. Fortunately, Travis is around to deliver the message.
It'll all make sense when No More Heroes 3 lands on Earth. Or, you know, Nintendo Switch, August 27th.
Splatoon 3. Splatoon stands out as one of the most fun and unique franchises to come out of Nintendo in some time. Slated for a 2022 release, the third entry in this third-person shooter series takes place in a new city called Splatsville. Watching the announcement trailer, you'll understand why Splatsville is also known as the City of Chaos. Although the surrounding Splatlands appear dreary, Inklings and Octolings will surely bring some much-needed color to this desert. Based on the environments we've seen so far, the game appears to have a Mad Max aesthetic, which sounds perfectly tailored for Splatoon. While details are still unfolding, it's safe to say the game will once again deliver the ink-soaked mayhem we've come to adore. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. As much as we'd love to put the Breath of the Wild sequel on this list, a 2021 release sounds too good to be true, and even a late 2022 release is probably a pipe dream. Until then, we'll have an HD remaster of Skyward Sword to hold us over. While praised upon release, Skyward Sword received some criticisms for the occasionally frustrating motion controls and constant handholding. Taking the eye-popping visuals, inventive dungeons, and Zelda's character development into consideration though, this was a truly wonderful game. Although Skyward Sword HD replicates the Wiimote/Nunchuck experience through the Joy-Con, players can also choose a more straightforward control scheme with the right analog stick. Either way, we're ready to skydive back in. Pokémon Legends Arceus. If Diamond and Pearl are among your favorite Pokémon games, you'll be happy to know that they'll be getting enhanced remakes for 2021. Even better, a prequel is in the works for the following year. Taking us back to the Sinnoh region, Pokémon Legends Arceus aims to offer an expansive open-world experience. Granted, we were promised something similar with the divisive Sword and Shield. Judging from the gorgeous trailer, however, Arceus looks more like Pokémon's answer to Breath of the Wild, both in terms of scale and style. There's still so much to be learned, and only time will tell if this is the Pokémon game we've been dreaming about. But everything we've seen so far is quite encouraging, particularly the familiar starter lineup. Mario Golf Super Rush.
Tee off on the latest installment of the Mario Golf series, coming to Nintendo Switch.
If you give players a Mario Tennis game for the Switch, they'll want a Mario Golf game to go with it. The 7th title in the sub-series will also be the first Mario Golf game released exclusively to a home console since the GameCube era. With the passage of time, we're bound to see several innovations. For starters, everyone is finally wearing the appropriate golf attire, except for Yoshi. In all seriousness, Super Rush ups its game with a story mode, special features to map out your strategy, and motion controls, although traditional controls are also an option. If regular golf is too slow for you, Speed Golf mode incorporates racing with a few classic Mario twists. It's called Super Rush for a reason.
Put your golfing skills to the test when Mario Golf Super Rush swings onto Nintendo Switch June 25th.
Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin. Monster Hunter Stories 2 is the follow-up to the 2017 RPG released on the 3DS. The original game was a welcome change of pace with a friendlier aesthetic that suited the Nintendo brand. That's not to say it was Monster Hunter for little kids. It appealed to all ages with hours worth of RPG action, a turn-based battle system, and, of course, a touching story. The sequel looks like another breath of fresh air. Speaking of which, the art style is sending off serious Breath of the Wild vibes. Any game that mixes elements of Monster Hunter and Zelda, not to mention Pokémon, is doing something right. Wings of Ruin will also reportedly have some cross-compatibility with Monster Hunter Rise, which comes out the same year. New Pokémon Snap. As much as we want a true open-world Pokémon, a part of us has always wanted a Pokémon Snap sequel even before. Combining Pokémon with photography didn't sound like anything that thrilling when the original game hit the Nintendo 64 in 1999. Pokémon Snap evolved into an unlikely classic though, with diverse environments and innovative gameplay. After more than 2 decades of requests, we're finally getting a new Pokémon Snap, fittingly called New Pokémon Snap. The islands where Pokémon live have never looked more stunning, and the Pokémon themselves appear picture perfect. We're psyched for another rail shooter with more than 200 Pokémon to capture on film. Just one question remains. Will we be able to print our pictures at the last remaining Blockbuster in Oregon?
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.